inside and outside look at all things NASA.
We're here at Experience Aviation Learning Center, where Franklin and I had the unique opportunity to challenge Barrington Irving in flight simulation.
He was the first African American to fly around the world solo, and he was the youngest.
And you're going to interview him and distract him while we actually compete in the flight simulator.
I'm sure he has a lot of interesting things to share with you.
And we have to beat him. So let's check it out.
Barrington, thank you so much for allowing us to come over here now. Be careful with them because they can cheat, so don't let them cheat, okay?
Okay.
And I want to ask you a couple of questions. You're the first African American to fly solo around the world. First of all, what got you interested in flying in the first place?
Well, it wasn't until I met a United Airlines pilot, and he asked me if I ever thought of becoming a pilot. I told him I didn't think I was smart enough to become a pilot, and I started asking him some questions, and after he told me how much money he made, I said, man, I think I want to do this.
Got you interested?
Yeah, it got me interested. I turned down football scholarships, and that was it. I was hooked.
So how many years have you been flying?
I started when I was 18. I got introduced to aviation right before I turned 16. Basically became an airport bum, hung out at the airport, watched airplanes and stuff, and that was it.
Okay. Now, right now we're at the Experience Aviation Learning Center. Can you tell me a little bit about the center?
Well, I started my own nonprofit organization, and one of the main reasons why is because I kept getting rejected left and right. And I basically said, you know what, I want to have an organization where kids can do cool things and shock the world with what we're doing, and at the same time being able to build math, science, and reading skills where we're doing various fun things. We work with high school students, so we offer an after-school program. Can't let these guys beat me. We offer an after-school program, and in addition to that, we're getting ready to do a project called Build and Soar, where I'm going to have students build an airplane in 10 weeks.
What if I re-enroll in high school? Can I get in on that kit building exercise?
If you beat me on this flight, you can be part of the team that builds the plane.
So what made you decide to fly around the world?
Well, I wanted to do something that would be adventurous and at the same time would inspire so many young people. So at first I was saying, well, what if I flew around the United States? So I was like, oh, that's not cool enough. And I said, what if I flew around the world? And I stuck with it. At the time, I didn't know anything about setting, 2 world records of being the youngest and the first black person to do it. And I just wanted to do it and to prove a point. And next thing you know, it just built up momentum. It's more than just breaking a record. I actually shattered it because the youngest person before me was 37 years of age.
Okay.
And here I am at 23, breaking this record. So a lot of people didn't think it was a feat that could be accomplished at such a young age. You
said that you got a lot of rejections, but who ended up supporting you?
Oh man, we have folks like Miami Executive Aviation. They were my first title sponsor.
Okay.
And Chevron, Universal Weather. It's over 40 sponsors. But it wasn't until I got my first title sponsor, which was Miami Executive Aviation, that's when it started to build momentum. Continental Motors and others, it just kept happening. Avidyne, even NASA. I had an opportunity to work with NASA and work with the SEMA program and all the students, all the 87,000 students nationwide.
How long did it take you to get around the world?
It took 97 days. Originally, it was supposed to take 4 to 6 weeks, but because of weather, because I didn't have any weather radar, and I also didn't have any de-icing, anything to melt the ice off my wings. Weather was probably the most challenging thing, along with understanding air traffic controllers and so forth, even though English is the international language, because of the accents and so forth. Sure. It really made a challenge.
What was your biggest lesson that you learned throughout everything?
The power of the human mind, I would say.
Really?
I would really say the power of the human mind, because for me, when I was flying over the North Atlantic, for example, it was a 10-hour flight, and I was getting really tired, and I just couldn't take it anymore, and almost, dished the aircraft into the ocean. There wasn't nothing wrong with the plane. I was just mentally fatigued because I was thinking way too much.
Now, I have to ask you another quick question. As you were flying around the world, what was the most amazing thing that you saw?
I would probably have to say Alaska.
Really?
Just to see a place in its natural beauty. Man didn't do anything to it. Just the mountains and the glaciers, and it's scary because I can't swim.
Okay. Wow, and you flew around the world. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm sure you're going to continue inspiring students and even those that are older than you, and you're inspiring me, and I'm older than you. So I appreciate you taking the time. Is there anything else you'd like to share with the public?
Well, honestly, we're doing a lot of exciting things, and just basically check us out on our website, experienceaviation.org. You know, just having the opportunity to do this is truly amazing.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us.
Thank you. I got to
And good luck. Yeah.
All right.
Good luck. Feeling good.
Hey guys, we had a great time today here at Experience Aviation. Blair and I went up against Barrington Irving in the flight simulators. My plane didn't even land. Blair's, I think, went into the side of a mountain. But we all in all, we had a really, really good time.
Hey, I can't land an Airbus, but I can host a show. Well, maybe that's debatable. Anyway.
Barrington is such an inspiration and a great role model for kids everywhere, including us. That's it for NASA Edge.
An inside and outside look
At all things NASA.
Good job, guys.